was wonderful working with him. He always wanted to do the extra mile, and yet at the same time he gave this air of, oh, hang on, this is only television, don't take it too seriously. And he was very brave. You know, he was very knowledgeable. He actually wanted to know what was happening, not just film, but know, understand, and pass on his knowledge. So he would build up a network of excellent contacts, and it was a point of honor for him to go out and get the story, and nothing would deter him.
Rory as a character was sort of rather Edwardian, swashbuckling, swaggering, but certainly idealistic, quite competitive. But Rory's real ability was to actually get the story. Rory wasn't the best cameraman. I mean, his equipment, he'd often turn up without some vital bit, and it was normally handheld. And there was we were encouraged to use tripods more then, and we had a tripod, but it wasn't necessarily in the right vehicle at the right time. But Rory overcame those because he wasn't really interested in that. He was really only interested in getting the story and getting access and being first and getting out with it. And he did that. He was so exceptional at that. He was also very good at talking to people. He was very good at communicating and making friends on a story. So you would always turn up and Rory would be there, and he would know the barman, and he would know the people running this and that and the other. And so he picked up contacts. He was a good linguist as well.
I loved Rory and admired him greatly, and was often furiously irritated by him. But I mean, the basis was admiration for his extraordinary courage. I mean, just much greater than that of most other brave people. You could always tell Rory's coverage because it was that much closer to the action. When I was in Moscow with him during the collapse of the old Soviet Union in 1991, Rory linked up very cleverly with a senior figure on Pravda, the newspaper, and we got in absolutely everywhere. I mean, places you would never have believed you could be in the old KGB headquarters, for instance, in the private office of Mikhail Gorbachev. Altogether, we got wonderful material. And he's a wonderful, wonderful man. And I can't think of him in the past tense. I can only think of him as being still here. And I just don't see him, that's all.
I remember the day before he got killed. Moscow was on the brink of civil war for a couple of days, and there were these police in riot gear, excited people wielding clubs, throwing stones and so on. And all he fussed about wasn't the danger around, but rather, oh, Sonia, you really look scruffy, you have to do your hair like this, and you have to look beautiful when you do your piece to camera. And he bothered about my outer appearance rather than what was happening around us, and that was so typical. He always wanted it to be the best. Rory was brave, was well-informed, was funny, was a go-getter, and he wanted to be a witness to what was happening, a witness to history unfolding, and tell the story to the world.